In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the process of thinking to give you back some control so you can change the things that you don't like and install things that are going to take you towards your goals. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Adam Carmichael. I'm a mindset performance coach who helps poker players to reach that next level of performance. Today, we're going to be going deep into the mind and I'll be showing you how we think and how we can think more effectively in order to create the outcomes that you want. Now, 24/7, we're lost in thought. We're always thinking about one thing or another, and it generally happens so quickly, like a million miles an hour, that we can't really see the process. It's like, yeah, of course I'm thinking, like, how could I not think? So I want to slow down the process and show you how thoughts are formed, how that causes your behaviors, and what part of the equation you can change so that you can have different outcomes in your life. So first of all, before we have a thought, we need something to provoke the thought. So I'm going to go through a 4-step kind of system here that will show you guys exactly how it works and show you where you need to make changes in order to have different outcomes in your life. So the first thing we have is a stimulus, or stimuli. We'll call it stimulus. And this comes in through our senses. So this could be a smell, a sight, a sound, anything, a touch, anything that comes through our senses. And it's generally the external world, we're reacting to it. So before any thought happens, something external through our senses has got to come in. So that's the first thing. From there, the stimulus, we do something. It leads to a thought, but I'm going to call it something different today. I'm going to call it meaning. So we give the stimulus some meaning. If we don't give it meaning, it just washes away. So if I'm just driving along in a car and I'm driving past trees, my sort of inside world will be taking all sorts of visual stimulus. I'll be seeing trees go past, restaurants, animals, all sorts of stuff be going past, and I won't be registering it. I'll be seeing it, but it won't be making an impression. Why? Because I'm not giving it a meaning. There's no likes or dislikes, so I'm not giving it a strong meaning. However, if someone I don't like happens to pull up next to the car, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, don't like that guy. Now my thoughts start going. Or if someone starts beeping at me in traffic, now I'm like, who's that guy? Now something I don't like's happened, or I've given meaning to the event, and I've said I like this or I don't like it. Now the thoughts start going. So if you don't give things meaning, the thoughts generally, things just pass by quickly. So it's the meaning we give events that make them good, bad, but generally that starts the thought processes. So the meaning we give them, then that then leads to the feeling, the emotion. We'll call it feeling today. Okay, so the meaning then leads to the feeling. Okay, so if I class something as good, let's say I'm playing poker and I win a big pot, I can go, oh, awesome, more money, closer towards my financial goals. Good, I've given a good meaning, nice sticker on it, very good, and now I feel good. Now the emotional response is, awesome, things are good. Let's say I lose a big pot in poker, I'm now like, oh, lost money, moving away from my goals, I'm a loser, why can't I win? I've given a new meaning, and now I feel bad. So what the meaning leads to the feeling. So this is going to be the key, and I'm going to show you why this is so important to know this, because this is like the real secret to changing your life. By changing your thoughts, you've got to understand this process. If you don't understand this, you're going to go through life a victim to your thoughts constantly, because you won't understand that you're giving meaning to everything, and the meaning you give it controls its power. So we've got the stimulus causes the meaning, or the meaning is triggered by a stimulus. That then leads to a feeling, and the feeling then leads to the behavior. Or we could call it the reaction, depends on if it's intense or not. But it's basically going to lead to an outcome, the way we act based on the way the feeling is. So these then feed back into each other. The behavior then leads to more stimulus being taken in on the same thoughts, and then it leads back into a system. So we create this loop that keeps going round. Now, what generally happens for most people, from stimulus to feeling, is rapid, okay? So we go from stimulus to feeling, and we don't even see the meaning, okay? This is the thing I really want you guys to get from this video. We generally don't see the meaning we give to things. We've subconsciously or throughout our lives classed all these things as good. So if these things happen, I feel good. All these things as bad. So if all these things happen, I'm gonna feel bad. And then we go through life, something will trigger that's one of those stimulus, and it'll go into the, oh, this makes me feel good. Oh, this makes me feel bad because I dislike these stuff and I like these things. Boom, that sparks off the feeling. So if you're feeling bad a lot of times, if you're feeling negative emotions throughout your life, you're giving negative meanings to a lot of things. You're classing things as bad. You've put things in a box of, I don't like that. I don't like it when things go like that. And when you spot this and you realize, wait a second, most of my life I want to feel good. I'm sure you guys agree watching this. You want to feel good. You want to feel happy. You want to feel fulfilled. You don't want to feel negative emotions all the time. So if you want to feel good, you've got to understand the meaning. What is the meaning I'm giving to events? So let's say something happens. Let's say someone crashes into your car on the road. And let's say nobody gets hurt, but you look around, the car's ruined. So it's a bit of a write-off. You get out the car, and one person, this is one example, so person A, they're literally furious. They get out of the car and they're like, what the hell are you doing? Why the hell did you crash into me? You weren't looking, you're an idiot. And they get themselves angry. And they're basically going, I don't like this, you're an idiot, and they're going to put the blame on this guy. And now they feel really angry, really annoyed. And we could say, well, of course, Adam, that's justifiable. This guy's crashed into your car. That's one response. But you could choose a different response. You could literally go, a car's crashed into you. Person B could go, whoa, that was lucky. I didn't get hurt. Nobody got killed, nobody injured. You could go, I wonder if the other guy's okay. You get out and go, did you not see me there? Like, it's a miracle neither of us have got injured. Wow, let's exchange details so we can get this problem sorted out. And you can literally, even an extreme situation like a car crash, you can take the negative, angry approach, or you can take a different one. It's just the meaning you're giving to it. And we do this with everything. If you didn't give meaning to events, everything would just brush past and just flow past you effortlessly. But because we have likes and dislikes, things cause us problems. So you need to be going through your life consciously thinking, when you feel an emotional response, what's the meaning? What's the event? What's the story you're telling yourself that makes you feel that way? So often you're not going to see the meaning, but the emotion is going to be the guiding light. So every time you feel a negative emotion, you stop and go, where's this coming from? Why does it make me feel bad? And generally it's like, I don't like this. The emotion's just screaming out, I don't like this, or I do like this. So we cling to desires and we move away from fears. So you need to understand this process and change the meaning. If you want to have a more positive life, if you want to be a happier person, more energized, more fulfilled, you've got to change the meaning you give to events. And every event has the opportunity to be a negative or a positive. It's neutral, completely neutral. And our life will be dictated by the meaning we're given. So what you need to do is go through your life and dictate and decide what feelings and emotions are coming up which are not serving you. Which ones do you want to get rid of? Is it anger? Is it frustration? Is it guilt? And where are they coming from? Then you've got to pay attention to what events, what stimulus triggers that feeling. Okay? So the stimulus can be called the trigger either. What's triggering these negative emotions? And we work from the trigger to emotion. Then somewhere before that trigger gets to the emotion, there's a big fat meaning. There's a big fat meaning below the surface. And we've got to stop what we're doing, be conscious throughout our days, stimulus to emotion, and go move back and go, what is the meaning I'm giving it? And most people don't do this. Most people, they literally think a million thoughts a day at high speed, and they can't slow their thoughts down enough to even see the process. If you can't see the process, how can you change it? So this is why meditation is so good, because meditation slows down the stimulus response. So you can slow down before you go from stimulus to feeling. You can see the thoughts building up. It's just about to build up. You slow it down, you can then inject a new meaning, but pay attention to the emotions that cause the most problems. So my challenge for you for next week, obviously the emotions cause the behavior. So if you're angry, you're going to act out of anger. If you're happy or you're feeling grateful, you're going to act out of gratitude. So the feelings are going to dictate the behaviors. And trust me on this one, if you guys don't believe me, to act out of positive emotions is so much better. Like I can't think of a situation where to act out of a negative emotion like anger, frustration, guilt is better than dealing with the situation from enjoyment, enthusiasm, love, gratitude, any positive emotion. So once you understand that, you're like, okay, if my behaviors are better because I'm more positive, my better feelings, I best work on this. So my challenge for you guys this week is to pick one emotion that isn't serving you. Pay attention to the stimulus, the events that cause that emotion to come up, and then write down what the meaning is that you're giving to that, why you're classing it as bad, why you don't like it, and then try and reframe that meaning. Like literally sit down, pen and paper, reframe that meaning to a positive opposite. So if you're like, let's say a poker example, let's say you're on a downswing, you say, I don't like losing money, that's why it makes you feel bad. What happens if you change that narrative to everyone loses money sometimes, I've got to lose money sometimes in order to make more money in the future. This loss is an investment in myself. Does that sound better? Is that a better meaning? A loss is an investment in my future self rather than a loss is I'm a bad person. And just think about this meaning. And once you understand this and you stop for a second, understand the stimulus to feelings going too quick. just rapid, slow it down, change the meaning. You can change every single area of your life. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to work with a coach like myself on this concept one-on-one, I've got some spaces that just came available for my one-on-one program. You can apply in the comments, in the description. There's a link to apply for a free consultation call with me. This is for people who are serious about working on their mindset, working on their performance, and creating their dream life in 2020. So that's you. Click on the link in the description and apply for that spot. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and the like button so I know to produce more videos of this nature. Thanks for watching, guys. Plenty more from me very soon.